U.S. stock futures were slightly down Tuesday as the third-quarter earnings season gains momentum. Futures tied to the Dow Jones Industrial Average lost 37 points, or 0.1%. S&P 500 futures fell 0.1%, while Nasdaq 100 futures were also down 0.1%. More than 50 S&P 500 companies are slated to report this week. Key reports on Tuesday morning include Johnson & Johnson, Bank of America, Goldman Sachs and Lockheed Martin. If the economy is going to re-accelerate, which it is doing, and if profits growth is going to re-accelerate, which it is doing, then small caps should lead the way. That's what history says, Richard Bernstein, CEO of Richard Bernstein Advisors, told CNBC's Closing Bell Overtime on Monday. And so I think there's a little element of rationality returning to the equity market, and this market is starting to broaden out a little bit. Several financial names kicked off earnings season to a strong start, including Charles Schwab on Monday and JPMorgan Chase on Friday. This has helped improve market sentiment amid concerns surrounding the Israel-Hamas war. The conflict in the Middle East has sparked concerns that tensions in the region may escalate to some of the biggest oil producers, notably Iran. Geopolitical and inflation worries have raised market negativity, but they are also the wall of worry that ascending stock prices scale, said George Ball, chairman at Sanders Morris Harris. In addition to Tuesday's earnings reports, Wall Street will also be keeping an eye out for fresh economic data. Retail sales and industrial production data for September will be released before the bell. October's housing market index and business leaders survey numbers are also scheduled to be announced Tuesday morning. The major averages all closed in the green during Monday's main trading session. Although Treasury yields climbed higher, which typically puts downward pressure on equities, stocks posted gains as investors became optimistic about corporate earnings. The 10-year U.S. Treasury yield rose 7 basis points to 4.7% on Monday. Nonetheless, the yield on the 10-year Treasury is still more than 10 basis points lower than its 16-year highs from earlier in the month. Small caps also rallied Monday, with the Russell 2000 rising 1.6%. S&P 500 earnings have fallen for 3 straight quarters heading into this reporting period, but UBS thinks a turnaround is in the cards. We believe the profits recession is over and the U.S. economy is on track for a soft-ish landing following healthy consumer activity, cooling inflation, and solid growth, Mark Haefele, UBS Global Wealth Management's CIO, said in a note. The macro backdrop is still supportive, he said. The resilient U.S. macroeconomic backdrop continues to surprise on the upside. As the third quarter progressed, consumer balance sheets were shown to be in better shape than previously thought, labor market strength continued, and inflation fell further.